Hi guys, can you hear me? Let me know if you cannot hear me. Hi Charles, how are you? Thank you for joining. Oh, that's really great. Where are you watching from? Oh, that's really nice. Thank you so much for coming. Kitara, you are well represented. Let's give a couple of minutes to wait for people to join and then we will start. Hi Onesmus, thank you so much for joining me this time. Hoping your weekend is starting off well. I'll be happy to do that, Charles. It's a pleasure to have you here. In the meantime, for those that have joined, you can start posting the question, anything that you would like us to tackle, and I can be noting them down as we wait for more people to join in so we can start. Hi, Millie. Thank you so much for joining. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for the compliment, Millie. I'm humbled. In the meantime, for those that have joined, you can start typing the question that you have, anything that you want us to talk about. I know some people had volunteered on talking about the interview and interview experience, but if you have any other question, we're talking about everything here today, so feel free to start typing those questions. I'll be noting them down as we give a couple of 2 3 4 minutes and then we can start. Thank you guys for joining. Keep typing the question, and then we will give 2 more minutes and then we will start. Thank you, Talk with Paul. Thank you for joining. We typing the question for now. As we wait for 1 more minute and then we start the discussion. So any question that you have, please feel free to type it, and we will start in now 1 more minute. Okay, I think we should start. So today we're talking about the green card interview experience and any question that I will come across. And people requested that I talk about my interview experience, how it was, the kind of question that they asked me, and how, if the process was hectic or not. And I'm happy to be sharing all that today. And I will start. So so once you're selected, you're supposed to fill some information on the website, and this is called DS260. And after doing that, then you wait for the interview appointment to be sent to your email. So that one thing that I want to insist is that when you're doing your application this year, make sure that you are using your original email and don't let anyone use their email for you, because some people have been messed up because of that. Your email will be the main communication for the green card. So now after you get the appointment date, you start the process of acquiring police clearance certificate, and then after that you start you go to the high school board of education, and this is to have them send the certificate, KCSE certificate, to the embassy, and then you have to go to the medical, and once you pass the medical you get some certificates, some CD, this is for the x-ray, and then you're good to go to the interview. And on the interview, it's it's very simple. They ask you what you already wrote in your through your process. So one thing to notice that if the embassy, if the interview is like from 8 a.m. or 7 a.m., you're supposed to arrive there early, because people arrive early, and the earlier you get, the earlier you'll be interviewed, because you will take the ticketing so you can start the interviews. And once you go through security check, you get your ticket. The first thing you do is you are called to a window whereby you give out your document, and you are asked general question, and this is like conviction question, like have you been evicted of any crime, those question of yes or no, yes or no. And after that, then you are sent to another window so they can take your biometrics, and then you are set away to for some time, and then you will be called for now your interview. But there is one thing I have to note: you pay before you get interviewed. So if you fail to the interview, they don't give money back. So that's another question that people ask. So if I fail, do they give money back? They don't. So you have to pass the interview, and if you don't pass the interview, you will not get the money back. But one thing is, for the green card, you have to, I mean, it's the easiest of them all because they ask what you wrote. Now let's go to the interview process, what my interview was. So they asked me, I got first of all, I got a white guy, and then the white guy was asking me, oh, so did you go to college? I say yes. And which college did you go? I told him. And he was like, and what did you do in college? I told him, and he was like, oh, nice. That's why you should not fake any document, because whatever you wrote throughout the process, and if it does not match when you're doing the interview, then you get yourself in trouble and you can be denied because of some simple um, lie. So be truthful to the end, because they will make sure they verify to make sure that the information you shared online and what they have on the record, the document that you are giving, is matching with what you are saying during the interview. So the next question, he was like, so what is the relationship with you and your host, and which state and city are you going? I told him Texas, and then I told the relationship, and then it was okay, nice, that's really good. And yeah, and the guy didn't ask me much. I can say it's by the grace of God. By the time I was like finishing that question, he was already writing details for the paper of the approval, telling me congratulations. And then he was like, congratulations. I was like, what? I was surprised, like, what? Are you serious? And he says, yes, welcome to America. And I was so happy. And I interacted with some few people there that did interview that we were on the line with. I asked them their experience, their interview, and they told me how the interview was. They asked simple questions. What is the relationship with your host? Where will you go? What did you do in college? Where you work? Or what's the name of the company? Those simple questions, they don't ask anything much more than you wrote from there. The information you are filling is very simple. Green card question is the easiest question of all, and be guaranteed you will pass. Now let's talk on the document that I gave, or the document that I gave during the interview. So one is the good conduct, that is the police clearance certificate. I had my birth certificate, a copy of my ID, and yeah, did I say KCSE certificate? Yeah, KCSE certificate, that is high school, police clearance, birth certificate, and my certificate for the university. Most of the time they ask on high school. They don't pay attention to the because the minimum qualification is high school. If you passed your high school and you got a mean grade of D minus, then you are good to go. But so most people, they think that if, because they primarily focus on the main requirement, that they should not bring their college or university certificate. But don't do that. You have to come with everything that you know that you wrote. Prepare like a good folder. I had a very nice folder that contained all my documents, the copies, the photocopy. I had separated them, education, the 1NL, 2NL, all those things. I had them with me in case they ask me. I will be able to provide. So yeah, let me know of any question that you have. That was my process. It's as simple as that. And yeah, okay, so how much do you pay on the embassy that time? Not counting on the medical appointment. Okay, so for the medical appointment is around 250 to 300 depending on the cases. If you need any vaccination or additional vaccination, people are different. So the more the vaccination that you will do, the more you will pay. So for me, I paid $280 on the medical, and on the embassy I paid $330. That was allowed 35,000 Kenya shillings, and for the green card itself, so that was 220. So that was allowed 23,000, around that. And now the flight. So I see the question. I lost my Form 4 certificate, though I did short course in which lasted. Can you? So if you lost your Form 4 or high school certificate, quick question I can ask you: do you still have the provisional result that we got first before getting the certificate? That the one you got in your high school, not the one you got from the board, the first before they released the certificate. Did you have that one already? So if the question is yes, so what you can do is you can go with that provisional result to the KCSE board, and you can have them give you another certificate. And if they don't, I don't know, I don't think they can deny you the certificate, because people lose the certificate now and then. So you should be good to go if you have provisional result. And also you can try to prove that with the provisional result, but the safest way. And then one thing is that even if you don't have the certificate, you can go with the provisional certificate. The board of education will actually send the certificate to the embassy. They don't send the certificate that you have in you. They send that certificate from their side, so you should be good to go. Did they open the medical result on the interview day? So Hussein, for my case, they didn't open because I feel like they already have some of the things. They know that once you go into the interview, you have been cleared with the medical, because you will not get those medical report if you fail the report. Until you pass the medical, you will not be able to get those papers. So they know if you have them, you already passed. And they have their own specific hospital that you are supposed to go. It's not that just any hospital. Visa denied and visa result. What is the difference? Visa denied and visa refused. Visa denied now is they tell you that, I think it's almost the same thing, because either way it's like you getting denied the visa. If they refuse to give you the visa because they have their own reason, if they deny you the visa because there is a mistake, from your side, there is something that you are not doing from your side, or they realize that you are lying about something, and so on. Mi niko tu na copy ya cases. Is that okay? How is that so that you have a copy of KCSE? And okay, one thing is you have to present your original copy for the KCSE. And if you have like a copy, you have to, I know you have a provisional result slip. I'm not sure. I should have known I would come with my documents so that I can show you what I mean by the provisional result. That slip, small slip that we were given once the KCSE result came out. If you have that one, that's what you need to go to the board, KCSE board, to have them send the certificate to the embassy. So, and in that process, you can also request them to give you the certificate. And if they give you, either way, if they don't give you, they will have sent those certificate to the embassy, so the embassy already know for indeed you have the certificate. So I don't think that should be an issue. If you present that provisional result that you get, the first one before the certificate came out, that one, and now your copy, and then the board of direction send it to the embassy, I think you should be good to go. Where will I get the green card document for? Okay, so you think where will I, when for application when time comes? And your question is, where will I get a green card document for application when the time comes? So when, if it's during application, you don't need a document for green card. You just need your details to fill in, like from your birth certificate, your names, your something, your level of education, if you are single, you're married, the number of kids, your email address. That's what you need when you're filling your, which I will demonstrate that on a live session. And then after you win the document that you need, birth certificate, which I assume you already have. If it's police certificate, that one you go to the DCI in Nairobi, is on Kiambu Road. And once you get that, for the certificate, you will have the high school board send it to them. Education board sent to the embassy. Medical document, you will get the document after you pass your medical. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. And did officer based in ask for affidavit of support? Please explain that form so that we will know what it is. So guys, let me tell you, when God is on your side, he fights for you. So me, my host, someone who was supposed to be my host, bailed out on me the last minute. So even when I was going to the embassy, I didn't have a host at that time, but I couldn't change that day of the interview, because it could have created a lot of question, a lot of confusion. So someone advised me, since I don't have a host, to just cool down. And then since the host that I had already put on my application billed me, so since I didn't have a host, and they had already captured my host details, and they advised me not to say on the embassy that I don't have a host, and to get a host after the interview, and then change at the point of entry. So now a sponsor or a host, they are supposed to give you an affidavit of support. Affidavit of support is the type of document that prove that your host or sponsor are able to prove that they can take care of you once you land to the USA. This include their information, their place of residence, and some financial to have they have the financial or the slip, like let's say the payment slip or the tax document, to show that they can really take care of you. So that one, they send it to you. So what other people do is that they don't feel safe sharing their information. So what they do is they give you the letter saying that they will take care of you, they will be hosting you, and it's like a letter they send to you, and you can present that to the embassy. So yeah, so that's a affidavit of support. But for me, I didn't have it, and it was the grace of God that I was not asked, because me, I didn't have hosts when I was going to the interview. You know, it was one of, like, I had one of the most difficult thing during the interview process, because you can imagine you had a host and you are very happy all through, and then they build the last minute. That was very stressful, and I didn't have those documents. I went to the interview with the mind that I'm going to be denied the visa. I was so scared. And then I remember the first window where you were asked about the simple question, conviction question. Have you been evicted of any crimes? When you say those yes or no question, it was a Kenyan lady, and she noticed I was nervous, and she told me, why are you nervous? Don't worry, that the interview is processed and you're going to get it. And at that time I was telling myself in my mind, how am I going to pass it when I hear people get denied because of affidavit of support, because technically I don't have a host. And then by the grace of God, by the time I was arriving at that window where I did my main interview, the white person was already lighting the congratulation even before asking me question. And I was like, wow, that can only be God. I'm not saying that you should not have it. This time they put people to administrative process, that is until you provide those documents, and if you don't provide, they can deny you a visa. So I can say it's only the grace of God, but you will need that. You will need that. Okay. Any more question? Let me see. Another one did. Okay. Any more question, guys? Hi, Caroline. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, I'm waiting on those questions. My body here, though. I'm ready to. Oh, may it come to pass. May it come to pass. May God fulfill your desire. Supposing my host is someone I met online and we have been dating through, though I never met him, what am I supposed to answer if they ask me the relationship? You just tell them the truth, because even if you don't tell them the truth, they can actually have a way of verifying. And one thing, guys, to note is that if, let's say, already before you go for the interview, they have your information already, you provided the address of the person, they are able to track the communication between you two. So just tell them the truth. This is someone that you have met, and they want to host me. And if the person that is going to host you, they have provided the letter to host you or affidavit of support, then you should be good to go. Hussein, okay, we can do that video. I will do the video on the document that is required. Do we still need a passport for the green card? Talk with Paul. So Paul, yes, you will need a passport for the green card after winning the green card. Right now, when you're doing the application on October, it's not a requirement. It will not be required to have a passport. It was just the normal detail from your birth certificate and assets. However, after you win the green card, you will need the passport, because they need to put the visa. So yeah, before, when doing application, no. After winning and going to the appointment for the interview, you will need to have a passport. But that one should not worry you. You still have a lot of time for that. Okay. Hi, Agnes. Thank you for joining. Yeah. Any more questions, guys? I hope guys I have answered your question well. So no document to be uploaded during application. Merely there is no document that needs to be uploaded during application. And you know, I will have a live session. If you need me during the application, when time comes, we will have a live session, or I will record taking you guys through how to do that. It's very simple. You can do it yourself. The thing that you need to do is get your photo right. Make sure that you're going to a professional, the light measurement. Like a photo will be like your first impression or your first interview. So yeah, no document to be uploaded. So I went in Kasarani, Nairobi, Kasarani. That's where I did everything. I took the photo and I did the application there. I filled my application, but they took the photo on the cyber. So yeah, it's something very simple that you can do. Mm-hmm. Any question, guys? So they usually I think you can, but they usually say stay in your natural form as possible. And in that, I think it's good to be just like, you can take like a natural light makeup, but I would say like stay as natural as possible during the passport. Yeah. And if you want the requirement for the photos, they usually share all the details for the requirement. Once the application starts, they have like a link of where all those requirements have. So when that time comes, you can be able to see all the requirements and do's and don'ts. Um, I don't remember the name of the cyber, but I can share the contact. I can share the contact with you later on. So so Agnes, can you DM me on Instagram at Terry87 or Facebook at Terry87, or if you are in my WhatsApp group, the one that I am helping people with the visa and the US green card, let me know, or email me, send me a message, and I will give you the number. I still have the number of the person, so yeah, we can coordinate on that. Yeah. Any question, guys? Any more question? So Millie, like I said, I'm all about helping people and sharing what I know, because I believe that information is power, and it's always good to share what you know, because you may never know who can get the information. Maybe that thing that you are holding, it is connecting someone to their destiny, so you never know. So yes, it's true. I will walk with you throughout, Millie. As long as I am alive, I will help you. Show us the passport photo you used. Ooh, I don't know if I still have it, but I will look for it, and yeah, I will let you know. So Nana's World. So what I can do for now is I can direct you where I took the photo. Is the cyber is on Kasarani Mweki, and is, I don't remember the name. What is the name of the cyber? But I can share if you want me to give you the number of the person or the cyber name. Please let me know and I will do that. I will ask the guy the cyber name and the direction, and I can share with you guys. Can you still win a green card as a first timer? Absolutely yes, it's very possible. I have two people that applied the green card that I know of, applied the green card for the first time and they won. There are others that have tried for 10 years, they haven't. This is about your destiny, about the grace of God. Yeah, so yeah, you can win the green card in your first time. Yeah. Any question? Any more question? And if I'm using the phone to take the photo, can I make the exact measurement? Or so what you can do is that in the website for application, green card application, there is actually a software there where you can take the photo. If you log in to that, you can be able to use that website. They make things easy for people, so you can try that instead of doing with your phone, and you have to get the exact, that is 600 by 600 pixel or 2 by 2 inches. That's the exact measurement that is required. So you can use that. You can go to the website or the link, and then you can take the photo using that. But I would say just go to the cyber and take the, unless you have a good phone that will take a very professional photo with good appealing, like if you have official, the better. But yeah, that's what my advice would be. So I hope I answered your question, Millie. Okay, any more question, guys? Any more question? Green card, you can suggest the next topic that you would like us to talk about, and I'll be happy to do that. We can be doing this on every Saturday morning. Like morning for me, it will be like 6 p.m, around 6 p.m for people in Kenya, or I don't know, other people in the world. I don't know, it will be different time, but for me it will be morning. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I think I don't see any more question. This has been an amazing session. Thank you so much for tuning in with me and for supporting me. Let's walk this journey together, and make sure you are sharing with your friends too, so that they can benefit, and also with your family, they can come with you, you know. Once let's get this information out there, and I know it will help someone. And yeah, thank you so much. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.